What is going on, you guys? Today I have another video for you guys, and it's regarding my daily driver that I'm currently using. I've had this car for about, I want to say like 3 or 4 months now, and so far it's been great daily driver, very comfortable car as opposed to, the other ones that I have, which is the reason that I needed just something more comfortable to drive, more daily driver. It's a 2013 Acura TSX. It's with the 4-cylinder, and it is the special edition. It's the wheels that it has, they're not like the alloy wheels. It has like a black chrome to it, like a black darker color to them. This one has the lip in the front. It has like the little body kit, I guess you could say, sunroof, and the seats are like perforated leather. Those are pretty much the only differences that I can see. Other than that, I mean, they're pretty similar. However, brings me to the reason for this video. I've been driving it for a while, no issues at all up until earlier this week. I believe it was Monday. I was driving it, everything was running just fine. And then as soon as I got off the freeway, it just started shaking pretty aggressively, as if it was gonna like die out or something, like it was just gonna shut off on me. And I gave it throttle, and up lower RPMs, it was like idling, very rough idle, very rough idle. Once I would go over like 20 miles per hour, it would go back to normal and it would maintain, but it would not let me go any faster than like 30 miles per hour. It would just like bog out. It would just keep me at that between 30 and 40 miles per hour, and it wouldn't go any faster than that. And as soon as I would drop the RPMs down to a lower, or once I would lower my speed and drop the RPMs to the lower RPMs, it would just, like if it was gonna bog out on me, it would just like shake. So I was thinking, they right away immediately threw a check engine light and a check VSA, I believe it was, and then it was prompting me a message that it was check emissions. So I got a little worried. That's not something that you want to see in your car. Especially this one surprises me because it has very low miles on it for the year that it is. It's a 2013, and it's in its 50,000 miles, so it's super low for the year that it is. So I was kind of concerned. However, I scanned the code. It came back as a P0304 was the code that it gave me. So based on my research, a lot of people were saying that it could be the coil, the ignition coil, or the spark plugs. I personally, all I've done to it was the oil change on it. The previous owner didn't really do much either, as it was, a fairly new car and they didn't really drive it much. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to switch the ignition coil and swap out all the spark plugs just to get that out of the way, and it'll have new fresh spark plugs. And I know that, that's done. Just have some peace of mind. And fingers crossed it'll, fix this issue, because I was saying it was a misfire. It was coming up as a cylinder 4 misfire. So hopefully that's the cause of it, and I'll update you guys from there. Hopefully that's the issue. I'll give you guys an update in case any of you guys are having the same problem. You guys can do it yourself, and it's a very simple fix. 4-cylinder engines, everything's right there on top. You just pull the cover off. So yeah, here's the motor on it. You just go ahead and pull that cover off. It has 4 screws, 2 here, 2 here. You pull that off, and then you'll have your coils right there. So I had already removed this part. It's just 4 bolts. You have your coils right there, your ignition coils. They're held down by, I believe it's a 10mm bolt, as you can see right there. Each one has its own. You unclip it from here for each one, pull it out, and then it's just a spark plug. Pull the spark plug out, replace them, and then pretty much reverse from there. Just put everything back, and hopefully, fingers crossed, that'll solve the issue. But I'll update you guys in a little bit. So here are all the parts that I went ahead and got. These are the spark plugs. That's the part number if you guys are interested in it. And I bought 1 coil pack because I was getting the code for just 1 cylinder. So and they're pretty pricey. I believe those are like 200 bucks a piece if you go with OEM. So I'm gonna try with this first, and then hopefully that fixes the issue. You guys don't have to go with OEM spark plugs. I'm sure you guys can get aftermarket for much cheaper than this. However, I just want to get everything done out of the way, and I do plan on keeping this car for a while, since it has so low miles. I just want to make sure I have quality parts, and hopefully it helps the longevity of this vehicle for me. But you guys can do your research, and I'm sure there's cheaper parts out there that'll do just fine, especially if you're not going to keep the car for very long. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started here. So there's a coil pack that I just pulled off. Here's the spark plug. Let's see if you guys can see that, see if it'll focus. Sorry guys, the camera's not really working with me here, but you guys can see it's pretty black. And here's a new one. You can kind of see the difference right there. There you go, kind of. Sorry, I'm doing this with one hand. I can't really control the camera, but there's a difference. So might have been time to switch them out. We'll see. All right guys, so there we have it. I just finished up replacing the 4th coil. So pretty much it's 1, 2, 3, 4 from left to right if you're facing the vehicle. And I switched out all the spark plugs. Since I was already in here, I figured I might as well. Pretty much it's the cover that goes on top, and then 4 10mm bolts on each one. You just pull the the coils. You just go ahead and wiggle them, twist them from side to side, and then just pop right off. And then under there you have your spark plug, which is a 5/8 socket, which I recommend getting like a magnetic one, because it's pretty deep in here, so it makes it easier to get out of there without, you know, dropping debris in there. You don't want to drop any debris in there or anything like that. So what that magnetic socket does, it'll just pull it right up easily, and as well as when you're replacing it and dropping the new one in there, it just doesn't fall in there. You, with the socket, just take it down slowly and then tighten them. You don't want to tighten them too tight. I would say, you know, hand tight and like a 1/4 turn. That's pretty much all it needs. It doesn't need to be too tight, or else you could strip the threads, and the next time you go to switch them, it's going to be a big problem. Here are the spark plugs. They weren't, I mean, they're bad, but I didn't expect them to. I thought they were going to be worse, honestly. But regardless, I went ahead and changed them already. Like I said, I plan to keep the car for a while, so any little preventative maintenance, you know, I'm all for it. So now the big question is, if that issue is fixed, the shaking of the vehicle, I'm gonna go ahead and just put this little cover back on. I'm just gonna go ahead and put the cover back on, and then I'll pick up the camera. I'm in the car, so I can get back to you guys. So here we go, guys. The moment of truth. See if that did the trick. I didn't really get video of the before, but it was shaking like, you know, if it was gonna bog out or die on me. It was a very rough idle. I couldn't really film too much of the process of the spark plugs and, you know, actually removing them. I don't really have the right tripod, so it wasn't really cooperating. But it's pretty straightforward. There's a lot of videos on YouTube of how to change spark plugs. I kind of give a brief explanation on how to do it. The coil packs is fairly simple. You just wiggle them and it should pop off, and you just pull them out. Very simple process. I definitely recommend you, if you're thinking of doing it yourself, go ahead and take it on, because it's a very easy process. Save yourself some money from taking it to an actual shop. Here we go, guys. Let's see, moment of truth. Let's see if that did it. That's just the door that's open, and just my seat belt light and the daytime running light warnings that are on. But as you can see, it's a cold start. I haven't driven this vehicle or started it in the last 3 days, so once I put it in gear or it warms up, that needle should go closer to 1,000. Yeah guys, definitely that was the issue. I believe it was a coil pack. So definitely switch that before you do anything else, or obviously, you know, do your own diagnostics and see what it is. But for me, it was coming up as P0304 with the cylinder 4 misfire. So I definitely got worried. I was like, oh no. But you know, that's something that you definitely don't want to see on your vehicle. But thankfully it was just I guess the coil pack, the ignition coil went bad. So I went ahead and replaced that. I did use OEM parts from the dealer. Of course, you know, they're pricey. However, this car has low miles. As you can see, it's at 51,000. So hopefully this car will last me a while, and I do plan on keeping it for quite a bit, which is why I decided to just go with the OEM. I know there's other spark plugs that are aftermarket for probably half the price, but I was already there picking up the ignition coil, and I just wanted to get over with. So yeah guys, hopefully this video helped you out. If it did, or you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like, consider subscribing, and I'll see you on the next video. More content coming on either this car. I still have to do like an intro on this car, and obviously, you know, the EM1 and the STI. But like I said, consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next video.